Hey guys, welcome back to the Average Racer YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day out here in upstate New York, and today I'm gonna try to get the transmission out of the car and replace some gaskets. Now I do know that I'm missing one gasket for the back of the transmission, so I'm gonna get that shipped in relatively soon, but I'm gonna do all the other gaskets today and try to make it right. But first I'm heading to Dunkin' Donuts, going to grab a coffee, so I'm gonna hop in my Civic Si and head over there. No problem. Thanks. So I ended up going to McDonald's actually because Dunkin' Donuts was closed for some reason. And apparently I had actually a free coffee at McDonald's as well as Dunkin', so I just got a free coffee, man. Everyone's giving out free coffee. You gotta love free stuff. I need an exhaust on this thing so bad. It's so quiet. It's just all engine noise. Hey, what's up? I'm back in my garage with my free coffee. And you know, now we're gonna take a look at this transmission. So what we need to do is put these seals on. So this is for the front of the transmission, the seal that keeps the oil out, and then this is the gasket on the same piece. So we're going to use this light here and dive under the car and you know, check out the transmission real quick. So I'll hit you when I'm under the car. Hey guys, how's it going? So right now I'm on a Harbor Freight Creeper, and we're about to head under the car and check out this transmission. So it's gonna be dark, but I have a light on my head. There we go. So hopefully this super wide can show it. So this is where the drive shaft connects. This is leaking a little bit. See how it's like a little bit dark? I don't have this seal right now, so we're gonna have to do that another time. But what we can do right now is get this transmission out somehow while also not having it fall on you. And right now it's supported just by this bar right here, which is just connected to the car, and the power plant frame, which is connected right here, and also the drive shaft, kind of. So basically I already disconnected these wires up here, and I already disconnected this speed sensor. This is the speed sensor. There's a little connection right here that you have to unplug. It's pretty easy to unplug. It goes into this wiring harness right here. I don't know if you see that. Right here. You unplug that. You unplug these sensors. I don't actually know what they do, but you unplug those. And then these sensors looked exactly the same, so I just marked one with a blue Sharpie, and then I don't know if it actually matters, but I marked that. The other ones, you know, are just different connectors. So you unplug those. Next, I drained the transmission. I actually might be able to get a little bit more out of it, just because it's been sitting for a little bit. You undo this drain plug, and obviously the transmission fluid. Oh yeah, a lot more. Now the fluid looks really new because it is really new. I only put it in there maybe about 5,000 miles ago or so, but you know, I'm not gonna reuse oil. I mean, it's kind of cheap, so I might as well. I only use the Ford Motocraft fluid, transmission fluid. That's what everybody talks about using. I'm gonna get oil everywhere, but that's okay. And when you're draining a transmission, you always want to pull the fill plug, which is back over here, first, so that, you know, you don't drain it out and then you can't get this in. So then after you get all those undone, oh, this is dripping on me, ugh. After you get all those undone, I'm gonna go up in the car and show you how to disconnect this thing right here, which is the slave cylinder. So the slave cylinder bolts onto the side of the transmission just like that, and it's really annoying to get to these two bolts. I already took them out, but basically You just have to kind of move the transmission over to the side. Like you can move it a little bit if you just by pushing it, you know. And you could just kind of get a wrench in there and break those two loose, and then take them out from up top. And then once that's out, all you need to do is, I already have the engine out of the car, but you just pull all these bolts out, and then your transmission's basically disconnected. And after that, after you get all that stuff unplugged, you just need to disconnect the drive shaft, and then disconnect, also, yeah, you have to disconnect your boot up at the top, which I'll show you as well, and disconnect your wires. I already have the drive shaft disconnected mostly. I have all the bolts broken loose except this one, which I'll show you how to do, and I'll hop up top and show you some other stuff real quick. Hey guys, one more thing. You also need to cut off this little white ring here on the shift boot after you've taken off all the stuff, like off the center console, which is just 5 screws, and then you just pull it up from either side, like right there. You just take it and lift it up, and then it comes off. You just push it to the side, you can snip that right off. You're gonna need to do that so you don't rip your boot, and just mentioning that real quick so you guys don't ruin your little boot. I already ruined mine, so well. Alright guys, so now we're down where the drive shaft is connected to the diff. I'm gonna take the diff out another time, but right now we're just focused on the trans. So all of these nuts will have to be broken loose and taken out, obviously, to get the drive shaft out. So I've loosened all these. Actually, not all of them. There's one that have it. So with the transmission in neutral, you could just spin it, and you'll spin, you know, the wheels, because you know you can't have the parking brake on either, by the way. So you find the nut that's not broken loose yet. These ones are, and you just keep going around and breaking them loose. I'm just showing you one as an example, and it's kind of hard to get the wheels to stay still. I guess mine aren't on that tight because I can just rip the e-brake, or my e-brake works really well. I can just rip the e-brake and it stays, so I'm lucky. If that's not the case for you, you might have to lower the back of the car down on the ground and like chalk the wheels, but you'll be able to get it to stay eventually. So where is my socket? There it is. Yep, all right. So here I have my tiny 1/4 drive, because it doesn't get caught up on it. So you stick that on there, push it all the way back as far as you can, and then you go and brake nice and tight. I just slide that on there, and then I just give some extra torque and just break her loose. Come on. Oh, woo! And that's how you know she's broken loose. The quality of Craftsman tools here. The 1/4 drive is still alive and well, and you could have, you know, WD-40'd them or something, but now she's nice and loose. I'm gonna get all these nuts out and then get back to you. Alright guys, welcome back. So I took off most of those bolts, but I left one in because before I take this drive shaft out or anything, I wanted to remove the entire exhaust. So obviously the top of the exhaust has been removed already, and you can just move it around, but as far as I know, you can't really get this exhaust out of here. What is this thing? I don't know. Is that some sort of thing that I broke off? Huh. Well, anyway, I guess I don't need that anymore. Weight savings. I need to remove this flange here, because then this piece can come out, and then this piece can come out, and I gotta remove my axle back, which is very beautiful. Crusty, nice new eBay. Look at how eBay this is. So this is the very well-known brand of Top Speed. The Top Speed axle back exhaust. It's exactly like the Manzo exhaust, but when I looked up the Manzo, it didn't exist. So I went on eBay, I found this thing, it was $100, and it's sealed perfectly with some help of copper gasket. I just took out the OEM flange, and I just squeezed a ton of copper gasket in there, and it's still holding. I mean, I've never noticed an exhaust leak or anything, although this thing's loud anyway, but it's great. It's got a very large tip right there. But anyway, I'm gonna get to removing these flanges. Also, you can't forget to apply a very liberal amount of the good old WD, just to make it a lot easier. I mean, these things are crusty, and let's just soak this whole hanger. I don't know which side I'm gonna go out of yet, but these, and I spritzed as well. The socket doesn't even really want to stay on there because they're a little bit crusty. It's a 17 though. At least I think it is. I left the other ones bolted in just to give something to push against, because, you know, everything's sort of like unbolted right now. So it's just gonna kind of flop around a little bit when you move it like that. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. All right, I'll be back with more leverage. Oh, the camera's all greasy. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, so I've returned with the cheater bar. All right, so that cheater bar made easy work of the good old flange here. It, you know, moved it around. I forgot that my O2 sensor was still attached, so I'm very happy that didn't run into anything and break anything. Because those O2 sensors aren't cheap, but the shadows are getting in the way. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna get this thing off. So there's a nut. Right there. Okay, both of that's free. That wasn't a problem. Look at these crusty guys. So let's see if we can just wiggle this apart real quick. All right. Oh, she's falling. She's falling down. Oh, there we go. And then this. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. This guy will just come on down. How is this working here? Oh, okay. Okay, okay, hold on. Don't be too hasty now. Okay. Can we, oh. Are we going up? Nope, we're going down. We're going through the bottom. Oh wait, oh, okay. Okay, I see. I was right. This thing is disconnected over here, and I never disconnected it from here, so there you go. I mean, I would never know what this plug would go into, so this is the O2 plug. Comes right off of the coils, the coil packs. So future reference, this is where you plug the O2 sensor in. All right, we got one down. Here's our nice piece here. We're just gonna have this chilling somewhere. The O2 sensor's still good. And all right, that's down. A couple more to go. Hey guys. Okay, so now all we need to do to remove this thing is just pull out this guy out of the hanger, and then just drop this part of the exhaust. But it's easier said than done because I don't own a hanger tool, so this is my hanger tool. I just kind of clamp it and then just pull it off. I can't really do it with one hand, but you know, remind me to get a hanger tool because they look very easy to use when I see them being used by professionals, which isn't me. Through much persuasion, I've got this part of the exhaust out, so that's good. Looks brand new. Well, kind of. A lot of it does. I'm just gonna go put it next to the other piece over here. Okay. All right, easy. Nice. Just said, I guess looking good. Yeah, we're hanging. All right. Now on to the next thing, which I'll think about in a second. All right, the next thing we're doing here is taking out this drive shaft. So it's just gonna pull right out of here, which is leaking. I'm gonna get this piece. This thing is like 30 bucks. I was just looking at it. Probably gonna get it from NB Miata or something. Let's clean off the lens real quick. Yeah. All right. Oh, now it should be disconnected. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Like butter. Like butter. Like butter. I'm just gonna set it right there. There we go. Drive shaft out. Came out like butter. That was very satisfying. Hey guys, what's up? So I have a plan to take out the transmission. The plan is to take this jack, because I have no engine to hold up the transmission. Usually the way you do it is you slide it out from the engine and then just put it on your stomach and just like flap it over or something. But what I'm planning on doing, since there's no engine there to hold it up, is take this jack. It's already sitting on the jack. I already jacked it up and let it sit on the transmission is sitting right here. So I'm gonna unbolt the power plant frame, and when I do that, it's gonna drop onto this, and I'm just gonna kind of keep it from moving left and right. And then what I'm gonna do is unbolt one of these bolts right here from the diff, swing the power plant frame over this way a little bit, and then hopefully just try to take the transmission out and you know, like set it down gently, you know, set down this part first and then get the other part down. So let's see how that turns out. All right, so time to get the socket for the power plant frame. I'm pretty sure it's a 17, don't mind my missing 24, but 17 mil, and this is the big guy. So do I have my big guy? There he is. There's my breaker bar, and yeah, you're gonna go right on the end of the breaker bar, and hopefully we can get this guy off. Let's see. Now we're just gonna get these loose. PPF bolts. All right. Oh yeah. Big snap there. Give it a little. Oh, woo. They're a little bit tight. Sounds like loosening head bolts. Actually, nah, not really. There we go. I just don't think they've ever come out before. They're really not corroded though. There we go. One's released. Okay guys, so I'm a little bit stressed out here, but I have removed the PPF. It's just free hanging from the diff by one bolt. There's the diff bolt, and there are the transmission PPF bolts. And it's held up by this jack and the bar up there. So basically, I'm thinking that I'm gonna jack it up and try to slide it this way more, and hopefully I can like just set it down peacefully. Maybe. I guess I'll find out. Alright guys, so how I ended up doing it was I put a jack on the front, I jacked it up, I'm taking out the bottom beam, I'll show you. Ugh. I'm taking out this bottom beam, see this right here? This beam that goes across, I'm taking that out because I need to. And then this jack, I've lowered the back of the transmission down and sat it on this jack right here. So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take this out, lower this jack all the way down, and then slowly lower this down and then just wheel it away. Let's see how that works. Okay, the bar is out. Go. The bar is out. The support bar. All right. Support bar is out. Without the bar, it's much easier to get to this slave cylinder right here. And without the bar, now we can lower the jack down. So I kind of gotta go around. I think it's gonna hit somewhere. Oh, it's kind of not balanced, huh? It will. I think it needs to come back farther this way. It might even need to drop down farther. I think that's what I'm gonna try to do right now, is drop it down farther. There we go. There's my boot. There's the boot. Oh, this is fantastic. All right, so just drop it down, question mark? I think something's hitting. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, that's all the way on the ground now. This thing is all the way chilling on the ground. Oh, there we go. Oh God, there it goes, it's slipping off. Da 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 da, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Here's the transmission. It's very heavy. All right. And now I gotta figure out where to put this thing. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That is what you call a Miata transmission. Chilling. Right there. Alright guys, so here's the transmission. First thing I'm gonna do is remove this boot over here on this side. It's pretty stiff too. Yep, I think you just take it and just pull it right out. Yep, it's as easy as that. What I did is I came from the front side first and I just yanked it out, so the boot comes right off. Look at that. Look at that guy. Awesome. Still in good shape. Put that over there. And then here's the fork. Slides up and down. This is what your slave cylinder pushes against to engage the clutch. Next to the pivot ball, there's these things that you pull away and they unlatch from the pivot ball. Alright guys, so that stuff was pretty nasty, but guess what I did? I ended up getting it out. So this is what it looks like on the back. You just have to pull apart these somehow. I just used a rag and I pulled them apart, and it comes off this pivot ball right here. This is the pivot ball. It's all greased up. I'm gonna re-grease it later. And yeah, so now that I've gotten all the accessories out, I'm just gonna spray this with a little bit of brake clean and try to clean it up a little bit. So I'll see how it looks like after that. It's all dark now. Alright guys, so now that I've gotten the bell housing a little bit cleaner on the inside, now it's time to remove this plate right here. So first thing I'm going to do to remove that plate is just get a 12mm socket with an extension, or not, it's just a lot harder without an extension. So then you just, crack them loose. It's kind of hard because the transmission is, moving around, so you kind of have to like get creative, but they're not really on there that tight, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get them all, nice and cracked loose. I'm going to get a longer extension. Hold on. Alright, so I've gotten all those things out. What you gotta do is take this off, so let's see if we can get that done. Oh, there we go. She slid it right off. So this is what the back of this looks like. Some oil in there. I'll probably clean up that oil real quick with just a rag. And there's the gasket back there. I need to replace that gasket, and I need to replace this seal right here. So there's some methods of getting that out. Yeah, there's gonna be some oil dripping down at the bottom. I'll come back to you when I'm ready to get the seal out. Alright, now we're over here by the workbench. Sorry if there's a little humming in the background of this video as well. There's my heaters are over there, over that way. But now we're gonna try to get the seal out right here. Alright, so I got the seal to start moving. So not my best judgment, but I took a screwdriver and I just put it right under the lip, and I just pushed up with this here so not to mar the back of the sealing surface of the gasket. But then I just, pushed up very carefully, and it started to come. And now I'm pretty sure I can use this for the rest, this plastic piece, because the plastic isn't going to mar up anything. Then the plastic should just pop it right out. Yep, perfect. So now it's time to put the new seal in. We have a genuine Mazda seal here. So I'm just going to tear this right open and let's see what we got here. So this seal is going to go right in. People say to put some oil on the seal so it slides in easier. I will do that actually. Tray, so I'll just take a little bit of it and go along the edge and get it nice and lubed up for this thing. That bad, so then you just kind of put it on there, up in the up formation, and just put it right in there. It's gonna start sliding around on you. 32mm socket from Harbor Freight, and this is the genuine Pittsburgh mallet, which is like $1 from Harbor Freight. So not sponsored by Harbor Freight, but if you need some Oh yeah, this goes right around it, huh? So even a 31 or 32 millimeter socket is perfect for this seal, if you have it available. The more you know. All right, I have my ear light thing, and we're gonna do a more in-depth search of this. And it seems to be, oh, there goes my oil cap, fantastic. It seems to be all the way seated in there. Oh, there's oil on my, on my pants, no! That's okay. Oh man. So yeah, I'm looking at it and it looks like it's all the way seated in there, so. All right, welcome back to the bell housing. So here we have the gasket, and we're just gonna carefully try to pry it up because we don't really want to have to clean any gasket material off of here. So happy about that. Look at that. Look at that sealing surface. I mean, I don't even really need to clean that up. Just give it a little bit of a wipe down. Take it out and place it, you know. What I like to do is just place it on here like this. Oh, it's gonna slide around a little bit. Place it on there. Doesn't really stay there. Some people put RTV on it to get it to stay or something, but honestly, you could just hold the spot like this, and or even what you can do is just put you can put a couple bolts in like this up through so it doesn't move around, just one at the top, one on the side, so when you put it on you can't get it to rotate, and then it's all nice and good. Now I'm gonna need to look up the torque specs on this, and it's especially important that you get this seal to seal correctly with this. So you just got to put it on nice and slow, and then get the seal to slide right on. There we go. There's one. And there's the gasket seated perfectly. Alright guys, my GoPro's about to die. It's at 12%, but I know the torque specs. So, you're supposed to do a crisscross formation, 14 to 18, and then again a crisscross formation from, I think, like 18 to 24, or 19 to 24, yep. So I'm gonna go about 18 first, and then maybe 20 to 24 second, and I'm gonna get that done real quick. Already set to 18, and you're gonna wanna go crisscross pattern. There we go. Take it. There you go. They're all torqued up, and now all we need to do is put the new throttle bearing on and the fork back in, and we'll be all good. Alright, now it's time to put on the new throttle bearing. I mean, the other one wasn't bad, but I mean, like, you might as well just put a fresh one on if you have the transmission out and everything. So here's the fresh bearing right here. Alright. So, oh yeah, it's just no noise. Wow, okay, that actually makes me think that my other one was bad. I think this goes on the fork like this. Yeah, it goes on the fork like that. Then the fork, okay, yep. So the fork is gonna have to go in like this. We're gonna put the boot on as well. We're gonna put the boot back on. I don't know why I took the boot off, but I guess just as demonstration of how to take it off, huh? All right, the boot is in. The boot's hanging out. Now we put the brand new throttle bearing on. So satisfying. Before I do that, I coat the sliding surface in a lot of grease. So here I just have my Harbor Freight grease gun. I'm just gonna squeeze out some grease. Now we're, okay, yeah, there's some grease. This is just bearing grease. I'm gonna just liberally apply this to right here, just so that the throttle bearing rides nice and smooth through there. If I can, you know, actually get some out. And then also, as an added bonus, you also want a lot of grease on this ball here, because that'll be pivoting on the this thing. So you want a lot of grease on this ball, and you want a lot of grease on these forks, because these forks are going to be riding on the throw-up bearing. So you just want to grease up everything in here pretty much. I mean, it's not a bad idea to just, you know, get everything nice and greasy. Even though it is very nice and beautiful. We're just gonna put that right in there. And then we're gonna slide the throw-up bearing right on here. Then pop that right into the ball, if we can. It should just pop on. There we go. That should be it for the refresh. Now, one more thing that I do want to mention about this refresh. This thing is leaking over here. This is called the rear output seal right here. I don't have that in yet. So when I get that in, I will put that in. I'm not gonna film it in this video. All you have to do to get that seal in is just whack it with a screwdriver from the back. And then it will pop out, and then you just put the new one in. All right, guys, so that was episode 1 of the Ultra Street NB build. But obviously, it's not over yet. There's a lot more things to do, tons more. That was just scratching the surface, getting the 5-speed refreshed, which is never a bad idea. When you're doing, you know, a fresh engine, you want your transmission to be fresh as well. So, you know, now it won't leak. It'll be fantastic, and I'll be able to clean under here and all sorts of cool stuff. So, like, subscribe, definitely comment on things you think I'm doing wrong. I'm just, you know, your average racer, so I'm chilling. Have a great day, guys. See you next time.